Hey everybody, what's going on? Lenny Miller here. You might recognize me from behind the box, but tonight I am here in my kitchen about to give a review on my thoughts on Hamilton, which is now streaming on Disney Plus. Now, this was shot back in 2016 in New York City. The play was released initially in 2015. Now, little backstory walking into this, I really had no idea what to expect. I knew from the get go that it was based on Alexander Hamilton, kind of is loosely based on his life, but I really didn't know the details of what to expect. I knew I have friends that loved this. I actually saw this actually multiple times. Their soundtrack, they were buying it like for giving out as Christmas gifts and stuff like that. So, again, I really didn't know what to expect. But right from the get go, it's a two act. Talking about his life, getting up to the Revolutionary War. The second act is a few years after the Revolutionary War, right before the um, George Washington stepping down and John Adams becoming president and what have you. So right from the get go, it starts off with a hip hop type of a feel with the music and the lyrics, and I right from the first note, and it was great. The initial storm of Alexander Hamilton, just in the whole play was just great with the hip hop feel, with the R&B and this and that, and it's a great feel. Now, maybe I'm getting old, only 38, but a lot of the plot points though are within the lyrics, and sometimes I found myself getting wrapped around and enjoying the music, and forgetting to find out that, hey, okay, maybe I need to rewind it a little bit and use closed captioning for certain points. Another thing besides the fantastic soundtrack, I mean, all the songs were great. Actually, was just the chemistry of the cast, which I noticed. You could just tell they were having a great time. I mean, I don't know how many. I mean, it was a year into it when they shot this, so I'm assuming they had plenty of performances under their belt together. But you could just tell, like, they just worked so well together, and the chemistry alone for Lin-Manuel Miranda, who plays Alexander Hamilton, by the way, phenomenal job acting. I mean, he was great. He's actually also the writer and made Hamilton. And Leslie Odom Jr., who plays Aaron Burr, you could just tell like their chemistry as they slowly build throughout the play. Just that, I don't want to say hatred of each other, but they definitely despise each other and take shots at each other. But even the cast itself, coming down to the female leads, which are Renee Elsie Goldberry, I'm sorry, and Felipe So, they plays Alexander Hamilton's wife and sister-in-law, respectively. They were great too. And honestly, God, I think their voices actually were better than some of the guys with the singing too. I mean, just phenomenal on their end. Even the sub actor, supporting actors, I guess you would say, uh, top to bottom. I mean, you have Jonathan Groff, who plays King George. Christopher Jackson plays George Washington, and my personal favorite, Devad Diggs, who played Thomas Jefferson. I felt he did the best part in the play. He took it, and with the music and just timing, chemistry, everything about it. He's great. I mean, there was one part in the second act where they actually had a rap battle between him and Alexander Hamilton. It was so well done, and just it was great. So it's totally unexpected. Who would expect that? And which I also liked too about the plot was, I mean, it just talks about Alexander Hamilton's life, but it was multicultural. It was looking at our founding fathers as a multicultural mix, which I actually liked a lot. So, like I said, walking into this, I really didn't know what was happening, and I really thoroughly, though it did, enjoy it from top to bottom. Um, I gotta say kudos to Disney Plus for obtaining the rights and even just how they got this together. I don't know if this was in the making from the beginning. I gotta look into that, but I know it did definitely help Disney Plus with the subscriptions. They definitely have gone up, and that just speaks volumes to Hamilton itself. I mean, how over the last even 5 years later, after being released on Broadway, it's still there, and even though the initial cast has moved on to other projects, you could tell that the following for this is still great. Now, who knows? Maybe down the line they might come back because of how well this is well received with Disney Plus. But who knows? Time will tell. I mean, that would be cool if they could. I'm sure. Yeah, especially with everything, unfortunately, with COVID and the Broadway box office. But I mean, again, I know they're probably with other projects. Who knows? But like I said, with that being said, though, even the cinematography, I forgot to mention that real fast. The cinematography, how they shot this, was phenomenal. I know this was actually set during a live performance, so I'm kind of curious. I gotta look into this of how some of these camera shots and the angles they got. Like, I don't know if they just used like zoom lenses and got close, or if they had like cameras moving around, but it was really well shot and well edited. Again, kudos to the production company and to Disney for putting all this together and putting it out there, and especially during this time. It's great for the people and for people being introduced to it, or people who have seen it plenty of times and loved it and just want a different maybe view of how it's seen. I mean, besides being in the audience. But again, I loved it. Definitely see it. I saw it twice. Would I see it again? Absolutely. Give it a shot. Well worth the subscription to Disney Plus for this, because again, they went all out with this, top to bottom. It was great soundtrack, acting, choreography was phenomenal too. That's about it. So, again, Lenny Reed Miller, and I hope you enjoyed my review. Signing off. Take care.